How's it going, guys, and welcome to Gaming Involved. I'm Shifty Cow, and in today's video we're doing something a little bit different, but hopefully you guys do enjoy, and we're going to be talking about the new Xbox One experience. So I actually got a chance to use this because I am an Xbox Preview member, and if you are a Preview member, you can go apply for it on the app. It's pretty straightforward, but anyways, guys, let's just hop right into it. So first of all, they did add a couple of new features, but for the most part, this is kind of just like a reskinning and changing up a bunch of icons and the layout and all those types of things. So let's just kind of talk about the features first. So first of all, they kind of just completely redid the home screen, and you actually can bounce up and down between your stuff, which is basically your pins, and then you can bounce up to what you were last doing, and then these are going to be your apps that you were doing in like your recent apps. So personally, I kind of think this is just a big waste of space, because if you look right here, you're only seeing like 4 or 5 apps, and it's taking up pretty much the entire screen. So I'm not really sure that I like that. And then of course over here you have like your recommended and apps and like shortcuts and stuff like that. But we'll probably see that updated as they go on developing it. And then probably one of the biggest changes is the Snap Guide. So this actually comes from the side now, and you'll see that we have friends, parties, messages, notifications, and settings all right on the side. And you actually can access this incredibly quickly from like in-game. Just double tap the home button just like normal, and this will bring it up. So it's a lot faster to actually check if someone's online, or if you have a new invite or a new message or something like that. Then of course you can go up and check on like your profile and things like that. So one problem I have is if you are on the top, you can't actually just cycle back down by clicking the up button again, and you have to go all the way back down. Not really that big of a deal, but something that would make it a lot smoother to kind of go up and down between all the icons. So this right here is the Snap Center. This is pretty much what Snap Menu was originally, and you have all these different options. One thing I would like to see is your pins to show up on top. Right now it's just in alphabetical order, and like half of these apps I will never snap in my entire life. So let's just kind of give a demo. If we snap Hulu, it still goes over to the right, so it's kind of familiar to like people who are used to it. But there's still something that's really annoying where if you try and actually play a video or you're like watching TV, it's not going to go in like a little square and take up just a little bit of the screen. It still takes up the entire column. So I can't really see myself actually using Snap solely because of that reason. If it was a bit cleaner and it only took up like a little box of your screen, I would probably actually use it. But right now, it takes up the entire column, so it's pretty much impossible to actually watch something and then be able to like do something in the background. So other than that, they made a couple different changes here and there. One of the things that I was actually playing around with is down in the settings, they've pretty much completely reordered these in like organization. So if we go to all settings, you'll see that it looks a lot different. And it pretty much has all the same settings, they're just kind of better organized, and I actually like this a lot better. It doesn't waste any space, it's nice and clean, it looks professional. Overall, I think this is a pretty good improvement, and they also have some kind of experimental stuff down here. They have narrator, magnifier, high contrast, closed captions, button mapping, and right now some of these are functional, some of these aren't. Like button mapping, if you go to it, it's pretty much just a picture of your controller. You can like push buttons, but I don't really think it does anything right now. It'd be kind of cool to see if you could like remap buttons to do certain different things if you wanted it to. But yeah, that's pretty much it for settings. Pretty cool. And then if we go over to community, this is probably one of the biggest things that I do not like. If you look at this, on a monitor, this doesn't look too bad, but on a TV, this is such a waste of space. Like, it seriously takes up an entire icon for the entire screen, and it gives you very little information. It shows you a picture, and then a potential gamer score. You'll see that the gamer score isn't even shown right now. And then it'll show you like a clip or an achievement and who did it. So personally, I really don't like this at all, because while it is kind of clean and it, you know, it's very minimalistic inside the icon, it's so massive that it just takes up too much of the screen. So I really don't like this. I like to see it changed because the old way was just a lot better, saved a lot more space, and personally for me was a lot easier to navigate. So moving over, we have the One Guide, and I think this was a pretty big improvement. It's got pretty much all the standard stuff that we're used to. It's got live TV, movies, TV shows, app channels, all those types of things. And then down here, it actually has the apps and examples of what you can actually watch. So personally, I really enjoy this because you can actually just browse what things you want to watch. And then if you don't have that, you can go download it really quickly. And I think this is kind of a nice little feature. Maybe not something I'll use as much as I think I would, but still kind of an improvement. Now, moving over to the store, you'll see that it expands into games, apps, movies, and music. And I'm not going to say that I ever use music or like movies and TV, because I really don't. I just use like YouTube and Netflix and Hulu for those things. But the games is actually pretty cool. It's nice and organized, and it doesn't waste too much space. Obviously, you have like featured content right here and stuff like that. So really just kind of a reskin overall. And if we go back to the home menu, there's really not too many changes when you actually look at the overall features. It's pretty similar to what the original was, And I would say the biggest change overall is just kind of putting in the snap menu on the side. They have advertised that it has a lot less lag and it's more responsive, but you'll see if I just spam it like this, and I'm going as fast as I can, it's kind of losing some of its responsiveness and it is lagging. So it's not something that's lightning fast. It does have a couple of new features, but overall there are some things that I really think need to be added. So first of all, like I said before, the Snap app, if you want this to actually be a good feature, you need to make it customizable. So rather than having that entire column like it does right now, where if you go, so let's just snap like Hulu or whatever, if you snap something, it shouldn't take up an entire column no matter what app you're in. So say I'm in like Battlefield 4 and I want to watch Hulu, it should only take up like a small box on like the top left, top right, or whatever I set it to. So that way I can actually watch something while I'm doing something else, waiting for a game to load or something like that. But as it sits right now, probably not going to use it, and it's more of just like an extra menu rather than, snapping and being functional. So another thing I'd really like to see is more use of space, because right now this just gets kind of ridiculous only seeing 4 icons and you're really not getting all that much information. It does really show off your background, but that's not really a plus because it is just a background. And I would like them to be a little bit more like conservative with how much space they're using, because it just kind of takes up a ton of space and it looks really stupid on things like TVs. So there are a lot of things I would like to see changed, and this really didn't add all that many features, but I did think it was worth showing to you guys because a lot of you guys do play Xbox, and this could be coming your way, so I just wanted to show you some features and operating updates that are coming up. So yeah guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Tell me what you think down in the comments below. Do you like it? Do you think it's lacking some features? Do you like this space? Do you think it's perfect? Do you think it's wasting too much? Or really just whatever you think, tell me down in the comments below. If you did enjoy, be sure to drop a like as it is much appreciated. Be sure to subscribe for daily Battlefield content, and until next time guys, stay buttery.